All right, hi everyone. So this is the task: keeping the existing book class as the base class, creating two subclasses, ebook and printed books, and they have some extra fields. Ebook has a file MB, which is obviously not applicable to printed books. Printed book has weight gram, which is a double, and some methods right on top of it. And there's a basic example that we will add it to the main class. So, just to give a brief idea about inheritance, it's essentially extending a base class. So, we have a books class which has some methods and some attributes, and we want to use that as a base and add some more layer on top of it and extending it to be, specialized, little specialized. So, for example, the ebook and the printed book. So, let's see how we can implement it. Let's just copy these things. File size MB. So what I'll do, I'll create a new file here, Java class, and let's call it ebook. All right, and we'll need one more. I think it was physical book or something. We'll go back and see. Um, there's an ebook and there's a printed book. All right, let's go back. Ebook, physical book is printed book, and then let's create one. It's not creating it, which is fine. I'll just create it again. New file from template, Java class, printed book, and enter. All right, so we have ebook and we have printed book. Now, since ebook have to extend book and inherit from book, right? So we'll say public class ebook, right? Why isn't it allowing me to? My keyboard is working here. Let's close all of it first, and then we'll go back to ebook. Okay, my keyboard is not working here for some reason. Let's shut down everything else, and yeah, now it's working. So we go back to ebook, this extends book, and just to let you know, I haven't done much Java programming, and I'm not using cursor or any syntax tool, so that I can learn it myself. Wait, I'm actually yeah. So you will see me struggle a lot with the syntax, and I hope that's fine because that's what I'm trying to learn. Let's go back and see, is it ebook? Yeah. So we have to rename this, and okay, this also got renamed automatically. So we have ebook extends book. It has a double, which was size in MB, I believe. File size MB, file size MB. This can be public for now. Let's make it private only by default. Add a method that calls the print details from the book and also print files assembly. Okay, so print e detail book. This is a method. It doesn't return anything, and we need to call it from outside the class. So we'll make it a public print ebook, and what it does is it calls print details from the book and also prints file size MB. All right. So if you see the print details from the book, it prints all of this. But along with it, we want to print the file size MB. So probably we can just call it and then do another println, right? All right. So this dot print details. Okay, and then on other line we'll do system out print ln, and we'll do file size file size list dot file size MB. All right. Since we have made it by this error, right? So since we have made this a private variable, and it's not getting used in this method anywhere else, so that's why it says it's not used, right? So let's make it public for now, and then we'll change it. I think the error will go away in some time. Once the compiler realizes we are good, and this method doesn't return anything, so we'll do a public void. Okay, save it. What's the error here? Uh, Implicit superconstructor book is undefined, must define explicit constructor. Okay, so I think we need to call super. That should solve it. No. Mm, let's see. Let's ask cursor to solve it for us. So as you can see, like you can just click on it. It gives it a good prompt around the error, and hopefully it will help us solve it. Super from with the proper instructor. Okay. Okay. Let's see what happens. I don't know. I have never instantiated a class. I mean, it sounds weird, but never got a chance to work on these things. And this is my chance to do so. All right. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. So, ebook has its own constructor. It takes the same parameters that book needs, and along with it, it takes some extra stuff, which is file size MB. It calls super, which probably creates the base book class and then adds the file size MB. Okay, I think that's good. So we have our ebook class. Now we'll go back and do the same for printed books, which needs weight gram. Yeah. So printed book, I'll just copy some code from here because it's almost same. This also extends book, and let me do this. Public double weight grams takes all of this, but here it will take weight grams, and I'll copy printed book called super. This dot weight grams is weight grams, right? And instead of print ebook details, it's print printed books. So let's get this also, and print details. Along with it, it will print. We'll probably change the string because it might be different in the prompt that Perplexity gave us. Uh, Wait, grabs. Okay, I think that should be good. Let's see what the example usage says. So we have to print all of it and then file size and this. So okay, let's just take this file size, weight, and we also need to add grams and MB. All right, so here let me just put it MB and file size. So file size is perfect. This is perfect. But after the start file size MB, we need to add. There can be a better way to do this printing, but uh, I'm just doing it for now. All right, this is good. Let's go to printed books. Um, Here we have weight and then grams. Let's just get rid of this thing and let's do plus grams. All right, so hopefully that did the trick. Let's try to run it. This is the expected output. Let's update our main class and see what do we get. So I'll just copy this, go to the main class, print it. um some errors are here, maybe because we don't have the package, so I'll just keep the package and do this. Okay, all right. Why this error? Constructor double is undefined. We have a constructor for ebook which takes double as the last thing, so it should work. Mm, the author works, printed book works, but ebook doesn't work. Is this the class name or something? Ebook extends ebook. We have the constructor. All right. Let's comment ebook for now and see what happens when we run just the printed book, right? So I'll run it. Where is my run command? Run tests. I don't think it's run test. It's something else. Run Java. Hmm, run Java, right? Okay. So all it does is like use my Java executor and calls this file. And let's see what we get. So we got this thing which looks correct. We have weight 950 grams. All right. Now let's see what happens with the what's happening with the ebook, right? So it says the constructor ebook string author string double string author string double is undefined, which is not true. String author string double looks correct to me. Mm, so it's something different we did here. Printed book string author string double, and the extends book it has a double. I don't see any difference. String author string double public ebook ebook title author file size MB file size MB. Okay. Let's see. Let's ignore the lint and try to run it. Right. Did it not compile? Let's do it again. It's just giving me the printed book. It's not giving me the output for the ebook. Um, which it should, or it should crash, right? Oh yeah, I don't have this here. Let's try again. If it works, then it's just the lint error, right? Yeah. So we have this, we have this. Looks fine. Let's pass it to the perplexity. There should be a space after this. Let's just add it for the sake of, having perfection. Ebook, printed book, oops, grams. All right. Yep. Let's pass it to perplexity to see if everything is good. Here's my output. Issue you're seeing author. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, our author is printed like this, which is the actual location of the author object. Yeah, that makes sense because what's happening is earlier when we were passing author directly to the book class and we were printing it, we were printing the start get author, which is essentially this start author. And here, if you see it has a print details, but it doesn't have a print method. So it uses the actual object. So we'll need to override that method, the toString method, to use it again. Yeah, let's do that. So in my author class, I'll override the toString method and run it again. Yeah, now it's good. Cool. Let's pass it back. Added it. Here is the new output. All right, so inheritance is done. Next is polymorphism. I've heard about polymorphism, but I've never actually used it. I don't see um, any time that while implementing, I understood, okay, this is the importance of polymorphism or something. So let's see. So far, you have created book, ebook, printed book, right? Right now, you call their details, printing method separately. Print ebook details, print book details. In the world of object-oriented programming, we usually don't want different method names for the same action. Instead, we use polymorphism via method overriding. So in the base class, keep print detail as it is. In the subclass, override print detail so that each version first calls super.print details, then print its own extra details in your main class and store both ebook. So polymorphism. Okay, let's get a basic definition of polymorphism from it. But I'll use another thread on perplexity so as to not to confuse it. Hmm, What give basic definition of polymorphism? It allows entities like variables function to take on multiple forms, enabling the same interface to function differently depending on the specific context of the object involved. Right. So it has the same variable, same function, but has different implementation. Right. Depending on the object or the context. Many forms. Right. Polymorph. All right. So, which explains it, right? Here it's expecting us to have the same function name, which is print details, but each subclass to have its own implementation. Got it. Which makes sense. We don't, I mean, this is confusing, right? That I have to know that for ebook, I have to call this method, for printed book, I have to call this method. And for book, it's just print details, right? Which doesn't make any sense because overall, these are same methods, right? They are doing the same thing, so they should be named same. Okay, so what we will do here, book is fine. Ebook, we will do an override and we will call it print details, and this will be super dot print details, which will essentially tell that you have to call the print detail method of the book class, not the ebook class, right? Um, Going to the printed book, doing the same thing here. Override super dot print details, and let me just go to author and find. All right, and let's see if there is some change in the, yeah, good. So here, see, we create, this is the test class, so we create an author, we create an ebook, we create a printed book, and we create a library, add the library, add both the books to the library and calling the print details for both of them. And this should be fine. Let's see what's the output. Okay, let's run it to the terminal. Cursor can be very slow sometimes. Just run it directly. Hmm. So there is some exception. Unresolved compilation. List cannot be resolved to a type, or a list cannot be resolved to a type. Oh, I think we need to import some statements for array list and list. Yeah. Um, they come from collection package, so we need to import it. This is something that, I mean, our IDE should have told us, but things are running a little slow, so I'll just go and use this entire util package, which is not ideal. You should do specific imports to keep the size small, but anyway, this is just a hobby project. Cool. All right. So we have ebook, author, file size, title, ISBN, something something. I don't see the s- the book weight, right? For for this. So did we did something wrong? Oh yeah, we didn't rename the variable. So it called the print details of the actual book class, not the extended class. All right, now it's good. So here it is. Let's go back. Here is the output. Okay, polymorphism. Next step is abstraction within interface. All right, so I think we can end the stream here. I don't want to go to the next topic because it may take more than 6 minutes, which we have left. Um, Instead, I'll just do a recap of what we did today. So we learned two concepts today. One was inheritance, and second was polymorphism. So inheritance, essentially extending a base class for added functionality. So we started with the base book class, which had some functionality, and then on top of it, we extended it to ebooks and the printed books. Ebooks have some functionality, and printed book has some functionality, but they had different behavior for logging, for printing the details. That's what we added here. For implementation, I mean, it's extends keyword that extends the base class. Yeah, another thing we learned is in the constructor you have to call super, which essentially creates the base class, and then you add extra variables on top of it. And third thing we did was getting the value, um, which is like you can access the base class method by just using this keyword. So this all was cool. Then we next concept we looked into was polymorphism, right? Which is having the same variable function interface essentially, right? And having different implementation of them in different classes or different contexts. So here we were having print ebook details and printed book details for our ebook and the printed book classes. But that was not ideal because for all these three classes we were essentially printing the details of those classes, right? But all of them had different names. So here we use polymorphism to name them equivalent, and each class had its own implementation for those, right? So each of them are now called print details, and we are overriding the print detail method that is in the book class in the subclasses, right? And that's how it works. So that was it for today. We'll continue this exercise and tomorrow. And if you have any question or you want me to go slower, faster, let me know in the comments. Thank you. See you again tomorrow.